Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is 9:33 in the p.m. On Friday, October the 8th, and it is time for this week's very orange live stream.
Look at that beautiful tee showing, baby, right there.
I am your erstwhile co-host, Dren Rollins, otherwise known as the Super Genius Wiley, along with my loyal sidekick co-host and hetero life mate, young Brandon.
Here I am, baby.
And we're here to do a brief recap of the Vols versus Missouri, and to move on to the Gamecocks of South Carolina. Now,
First things first, I'd like to welcome our new friends to the group. Fill the streams on Facebook and YouTube.
we have exceeded 50 subscribers, I guess you could say, to our our members to our Facebook group. Hopefully, we double that number. We'll be able to do a Facebook page.
I think I've got a bet. I will dress in the most hated team's gear if we can reach 100 by the time we play this team.
Be careful what you wish for, my dear friend. You might just get it.
I think, hey, it's all for the love of our little family here at the Field Streams.
Somebody posted a really good meme on Saturday after the Missouri game. It said, if you told your friends and family that Tennessee was going to win 45 to 10, they would have laughed at you. If you told them that Tennessee would be up 45 to 10 at halftime, they'd have had you committed. That is the most complete performance that we have seen since Josh Dobbs, ironically, against Missouri. Regardless, I think of all the yards, which we ended up with 640, 650 total yards, somewhere in there. Well over 300 yards rushing. Tyon Evans got his what is not in his short career, but his career high so far, 154 yards on 15 carries, and should have been 5 touchdowns.
Should have been 5.
He got robbed. Definitely got robbed on his 4th one in the first half.
Yeah.
He was in on that one.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, they reviewed it." I don't give a damn. They reviewed it. He was on top. His lineman basically hurled him into the end zone.
They was wrong.
It was wrong. Exactly. But I think for me, and I honestly, when I saw it the first time, I didn't believe it. I went back and I actually watched the game tonight before we came on. It was somebody Vintage George, the guys at Vintage George. Hi guys, you do good work. Had posted the game on Facebook or on YouTube, and so I sat and watched it. And it was a stat that I had posted to our group chat while we were all watching games on Saturday. And I thought I misread it because I'm like, that can't be right. But it was. It absolutely. And then as I was rewatching the game, I was tracking it. And the biggest thing we've always heard about, Heupel's offense is just the tempo, bam, 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 go, 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 pedal to the metal. Well, this is the first evidence that we have seen of its full efficacy, as a term we use in education, of how good how good it is. In the first quarter alone, give you any idea, Missouri had the ball for 11 minutes and 54 seconds and scored 3 points. I'm gonna make sure I get this right because I don't want Ducati saying, "Where are you getting your numbers from?" I got them from the game, Matt. I was paying attention. Okay, first quarter time of possession for Missouri is 11:54. They had 3 points. Time of possession for Tennessee was 3:19, and we scored 28 48 points. It took us less than a minute. 4:09 time of possession to score the 35th score our 35th point.
To sound a little more southern, for all y'all kids out there, efficacious means we were efficient on
Yes,
offense.
we were whooping that ass methodically.
Yes, sir.
And to get our 42nd point in the second quarter, it only took it. We slowed down. We slowed down a little bit. It took us another 4 minutes and 10 seconds. So in 8 minutes and 19 seconds in the first half of the ball game, we scored 42 points. That's over 5 points a minute.
Red hot, baby.
I mean, the only time they stopped us the entire game was on the goal line stand.
Yeah.
Which Evans got. They said we didn't get in. We held them. The only really bad mistake on offense, they got one sack, and the reason why the reason why they got that sack was because Ty and Evans missed a block.
Yeah.
Guy came in from the outside, and Ty and just didn't see him for whatever reason. You did not hear the only time you ever heard from Blaze Aldridge was when he was missing tackles. So much for his all SEC campaign after that game.
Yeah.
We held Tyler Beatty to 41 yards rushing. He was not the leading rusher. Chris Rodriguez is the leading rusher in the league, but Tyler Beatty was the number one all-purpose back in the league. And we held. I don't know what his passing line was, his receiving statistics were, but he ran for 41 yards total.
Week after week, I'm proud of our defense.
They played really well.
We're coming together.
Jeremy Banks had a really nice interception there in the first quarter that set up time.
A
1 yard run. That really helped with time of possession in terms of making it click. But I was pleased. Hooker was as efficient as always. He's not flashy. I mean, he was 9 of 11 in the first half for 150 yards. So that's 14 yards. That's average about 14 yards a pass right there. Threw some really good balls. That pass to Tillman in the fourth quarter was a thing of beauty. How Tillman managed to hold on to that ball, I don't know, because that thing got there fast. But they did. They did what they set out to do. They did what they needed to do. I remember just texting you in the first half of the game when it was 28-3, and I go, "Why am I still scared?" Because it's the first quarter.
Well, it's the same thing that those Georgia boys are afraid of, just a different level of it.
Yep. Yeah, they're on a different plane of existence at the moment. Yeah. So let's talk about South Carolina a little bit, and I'm gonna go to the stats. They're not exactly setting the world on fire offensively. They've got their leading rusher is Zaquandre White,
he's got 167 yards.
Yeah, he's averaging about 7.5 yards a carry. Kevin Harris actually has had more carries. He's 46 for 149. Then you got Juju McDowell, 33 for 146. That's about four. That's a lower 4 yards. And then Marshawn Lloyd has 30 carries for. So I mean they've got some guys they can spread around to. I just don't. If our D line is playing up to the standard that they've set so far, I don't see them being able to run the ball.
There's no chance.
Mitch made a good point that if they're going to hurt us, it could be through the air. So, and Josh Van is a good receiver.
Let's talk about Mr. Van. He's averaging about
21 yards reception.
343 of those yards. Luke Doty has 566.
Yep.
343 of those belong to Mr. Van.
Yep.
That's running back Zaquandre.
Mm-hmm. White.
Yeah, Mr. White. Um, I believe we've got ourselves a one-dimensional offense. Uh, unless he really gets it going, that running back.
They're not the offensive firepower that they have is not as good as Missouri.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Um, yeah, I don't think it is. We just the keys to victory. One, stop the run. Stop the run. Get a pass. Stop the run. Get a pass rush. Two.
Hey,
Um,
two people watching us.
two. You
Leave
got
some comments.
two. You got to get a body. You get a body or two on Josh Van.
We've got
If I'm the defensive staff at UT, if I'm Coach Banks, I'm going to have. Um, I'm probably going to assign Flowers to him or Taylor or put it or have had Alante stay with him the entire game and then have safety help over the top. And I mean, if we can stop him, if we can keep bodies on him and get and Tyler Barron and Byron Young can get home, and Butler can get home. I mean, I think you're right. I think it's offensively, it's going to be a very long day. They have a good defense.
yes. And
Defensively,
that's what I'm about to get to. And
so,
our fearless leader here left us a message saying outside the UGA game, South Carolina has only allowed like 5 touchdowns. First of all, let's talk about the opponents South Carolina has faced. Their wins are against, in no particular order, Eastern Illinois, a close match against an Eastern Carolina team, and a win against Troy, which was also, they won by 9 points. With losses to two beloved teams by Mitch, UGA and Kentucky.
yeah, and Kentucky nearly blew it against them. So
Kentucky nearly blew it. It was 10-16.
I mean, they're averaging about 22, lower 22 to her game, holding their opponents to 17. Um,
Yeah.
looking at their.
What I've got here is it's 22.4, which we're not placing a line on anything right now, betting or anything. So we're talking 22 points for them, 17 points being allowed.
Yep.
You know, looking at that competition, that ain't great.
I mean, outside of Georgia and Kentucky, they really haven't played anybody. I mean, you go back and look at.
No.
Um,
Well, I mean, East Carolina, they're going to they put up a good team every year.
yeah,
they are
pretty competitive, but
that ain't SEC football.
no, and I mean,
also, am I zoomed out enough, Mitch? Thanks for the help. That was sincere, even though I probably sounded like an asshole.
I just haven't been impressed by anybody. I mean, East Carolina is probably is their best win. Troy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Troy
I think
is
without a doubt, Eastern Carolina's their best win.
Troy has beaten people over the years.
Yeah.
They're a great one. They're a great one AA program, and they're up now. They're playing in the Sun Belt. And I'm just looking at the.
But in no way are they as consistent as East Carolina.
No, I mean, and East Carolina has gotten better. Has actually gotten better as the season's gone on.
All apologies to the Pirates fans. Probably screwed that name up more than I can count.
but I just this is a different environment. They haven't like the Georgia game was in Columbia, so there's not and that stadium is, yes, I'm saying it. It's a hole. It's one of the most god awful stadiums I've ever seen in my life.
Amen.
It is not. It is not comparable to where they're going to be playing. It the only stadium, the three worst stadiums in the league to play in are Williams Brice, Kroger Field, and Vanderbilt Stadium. Not necessarily in that order. Vanderbilt Stadium is just
And by worst,
Vanderbilt Stadium gets on that list.
clarify, not worst as in you ain't gonna win there, just worst as in
No,
shitty
it's just
stadiums.
that they're really bad. They're really badly designed. I mean, it's just there's nothing. I mean, they don't look like SEC caliber stadiums. Mississippi State Stadium is a lot nicer than Williams Brice. I mean, when you put them up against Kyle Field and Death Valley and Jordan Hare and Bryant Denny, um, Sanford Stadium, Ben Hill Griffin. I mean, there's absolutely no comparison. I mean,
Williams Bryce Trailer Park,
yeah,
Mitch said.
yeah.
Well, I think I finally hit the right button. I zoomed out.
Well,
Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day.
well, we're 17 minutes in, Brandon. You had teased that you had found a rather unique product for the week. It's not necessarily Tennessee related, but was a tribute to a friend of ours.
Oh,
Are you
Lordy,
able, are you able to share it?
you have put me on the spot, sir.
We hadn't had our own products lately, so we got it. That was kind of a
I've fallen
popular
short.
segment last year, man. We got to bring that back.
Well, apparently it was liked by a few.
Yep.
Um, so let me see. I'm gonna leave it up to Wiley to be on here for a minute. I'm gonna remove myself.
Put me
All
on.
right, sir.
Put me
Here's the
on.
topic. We are giving up 10.5 points. Tell the good folks how we're going to not only cover but demolish that.
Okay. Covering 10.5 points. Easy. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I think the score is. I think the score is going to be 38-10. I think we're going to be able to run the ball on them. I think we'll be able to, Tyon Evans is going to have another career game. I'd like to see him get 200 yards. One of the bold predictions from 24/7 Sports guys was saying that he was going to have another career rushing game. I see the tight ends getting involved a lot more. I see Fanton Warren catching a lot of balls today. If we can get Velus Jones on the perimeter, a few more screen passes. We saw what he could do with his speed, with the help of some really bad Missouri tackling. Our defense, if we can stop their passing attack, they're not going to be able to run the ball on us. I do not see it. Our defensive line is playing better than they have in years. Matthew Butler, Tyler Barron, Byron Young, these boys are hungry, they're mad, and they're getting after it. So
I agree with that.
all those things combined, I say we cover easily. Like I said, my score prediction is 38-10.
38-10.
Yep.
So, I like that. I think after this Missouri game, we got that taste of blood in our mouth, and we're going to be hungry for more. Hey, and I got an attaboy in the comments. Let me see if I can share my Facebook page that has our lovely product on it. This is for you, Darganware.
I see nothing.
I see dead people.
There it is. You got it.
Now there she blows, and what that is a pig dressed up like Santa. Speaking of pigs dressed up like Santa Claus, there's Mitch.
Howdy, boys.
Oh, it's Christmas in October because our fearless leader has joined us. Good evening,
There
sir.
he is.
Outside, he's
Hey.
outside on the deck.
Dark and mysterious shadow.
Yeah, I had to slip away from the family here to so that I could say 4-letter words to you boys.
You're outside on the deck so you can pollute your lungs. Let's just admit it.
Well, my damn light keeps flicking on and off back there, but whatever. Hey, I want to be serious with you boys for a second. You were talking about score predictions, 38-10. Is that what you said? 38-10.
38-10.
All right, cut that in half for y'all. You guys will get around 19. I think that South Carolina is going to score somewhere around 17. I have Tennessee winning, but I do not have Tennessee covering this spread.
You do not think we will cover?
No, it's too many points. 10 was it 10.5? Is that what it closed at?
Yeah. Well, that's the last thing I saw.
Yeah.
Well, let's think about this for a moment. I mean, that is a definite possibility. I'm not discounting it at all. But Carolina has always been a bugaboo for you guys. They've always been up for you. They've always played hard, and they've always beaten you guys in years that they haven't. I think they've regressed.
I don't on what grounds though, because like their numbers are improving.
Well, East Carolina is their only decent win.
I think that Kentucky loss tells me more about them than the East Carolina win does.
Well, it says what happens when you make Kentucky turn the ball over.
Exactly.
Which is, I mean, but that's more on.
We took South Carolina's defense
than
lightly. When we went in there, we took their defense lightly. We thought we were going to roll in there and drop 60 on them like nothing, and we did wind up putting 40 on them, but it felt like the hardest 40 ever. I don't know how else to categorize that, but it felt like it was very difficult to move the ball against them. They completely stuffed our running game. We were able to throw some deep balls on them, but they were able to do that to us too. That's something that the teams haven't been able to do to us this year, and they were able to do it. So if you ask anybody who has moved the ball best against you this year, the answer is South Carolina.
Yes, but even at your own admission, Brandon, hold on a second. Even at your own admission, Mitch, and Ducati's admission, the towel boy was in that game. Y'all were playing everybody that was breathing on the sideline during that game.
The towel boy is our starter now. Okay,
well, but
guy who was in the game against Arkansas last week.
You guys had a bunch. You guys had a bunch of guys out.
Make of it what you will.
I just don't.
Arkansas is a much better football team than oh shoot.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, I mean, I respect what Mitch says. Okay,
so here's the question: should we pig Darden Ware?
Yes.
Just throw that in there. Do you think Georgia maybe overlooked them a little bit?
I think it was I think they were dealing with a little bit of a hangover. I mean, it took getting over that Clemson victory was
tough. Not yet.
Big high too, considering what your defense did to Clemson. I mean, I am not looking past South Carolina at all.
Oh no, I think we need to win this game.
I think we have to win it. I just think we're in a position now where things are starting to come together at a good point in the season. We can beat a South Carolina team. We can dominate the South Carolina team.
Well, and this is also how many times we whoop that ass.
Excuse me.
And people didn't necessarily think we could put a hurting on them like we did.
I don't want everybody. I don't want everybody to expect us to hang 60 on them like we did last week. I don't see that
Oh
happening.
no, I don't see.
I think 35 to 30, between 30 and 38 points is perfectly reasonable. I mean, even the guys. I mean, the guys from 24/7. The closest score I saw of anybody's prediction was 34 to 23. I think 11 points. So they had everybody covering. Everybody had them covering. It was just to what degree are you going to cover?
Yeah,
I think we can. I think we can stop the pass. I think that we can contain. What's his name? Josh Wade.
Josh Van.
Josh Van. Excuse me, Van. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm having a little brain fart. So yeah, I think we can contain Josh Van. I mean, he's their main weapon. He is their Pharaoh Cooper of the now. He's not.
Well,
Pharaoh.
I mean,
he's not Pharaoh Cooper. Thank God.
It's not even close as to who they're throwing that ball to.
I mean, I think
modern day similarity. Mr. Cup plays for the Rams.
I think you bracket cover him. I think you keep somebody on the line against him, to make him fight off the line, and you keep an extra. You keep the star or the extra, or keep a nickel in there to keep track of him and make them run the ball. I mean, I just don't. They may very well score points. I don't see them keeping up with us.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, Mitch said, "Well, they shut down our run." You know what? That was then. This is now.
Well, supposedly they are 26th ranked defense, just above Oklahoma State.
Yep.
Which, in my opinion, makes them the bastard child of the SEC. You heard that here first.
I mean, I've even got South Carolina fans saying that. I mean, shout out to Eric and Bryn Douglas. Eric said 30 to 10.
Really?
He said 30.
I like 30 to 10. And what did you say? 38.
I said 38. I said 38-10.
I like a 31, like 7 points lower than that. Maybe we beat them by 20, 21. But I think we're going to cover for sure.
Yeah. I mean, just listen to the tone of my voice. I'm not being cocky. I'm trying to be as matter of fact as I possibly can.
Yeah, I'm not trying to.
Nobody expected what we did to Missouri last week. We
I'll
all
be cocky with having the last word here in a few.
Yeah. We thought we'd win.
You're going to like it.
But, so we're 29 minutes in this thing. We were originally planning to do this on location tomorrow morning, but with time constraints being what they are and with the
fall babies, we're going to have footage and footage and footage.
Logistics being the odd, it wasn't going to work to our advantage to be able to put on the show.
If it were a 3 o'clock game, it'd have been fine.
3 o'clock game, it would have been fine. Robert, God.
Shout out to Jason's Deli.
You want to come, Robert? You want to cause something? Bring it. Just come on in, man. Get off the sideline. Jump on in.
Oh, who are we talking to?
Oh, Robert. He posted in the group chat. He put up. Just check the group chat when you get a second on Facebook. He threw out a.
Oh, I see.
Ric Flair gif. I'm like, dude, come on.
Yeah, come on here.
Come on here.
Now. Right here, right now. I posted the link.
It's there. Right there. Yeah. Mitch posted the link. So it's gonna be a good weekend. You got the Red River rivalry. UGA is going. Georgia's going to Auburn.
Now, what do we think about that Georgia Auburn game?
I think Georgia's going to win. I think Georgia's going to cover. I just don't think Bo Nix has that kind of magic in him. The game I'm kind of most interested in is Iowa and Penn State, which is at Iowa. Ethan.
For a non-SEC game, it doesn't.
Mitch got it wrong. Mitch got it wrong.
Yeah,
on the show.
I really do think that matters. That if they would have been playing at Penn State,
oh yeah, absolutely.
I think it's Penn State.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip at Iowa, but I can't even remember who I picked. I just know I like Kurt Ferentz a lot better, and I like James Franklin. One of the things
we stated before, tomorrow, honoring the great Vol Al Wilson,
number 27.
Number 27
in your program, number 1 in your heart.
He'll be leading the Vol walk. They'll be honoring at halftime. It's going to be a great game.
More than deserved. Much later than it's been much. I think it's been too long.
Perhaps.
But then again, there are a lot of years there where I think a lot of those guys didn't think they were welcome. So I think a lot of that's changed over the years. So I'd be glad to see Al back. If we hopefully we can get some footage of the ball walk. If we get there early enough, maybe get some footage of the band coming down the hill as we walk to our gate on the north side of the stadium and north end zone.
I'm all about it.
Anybody watching going in gate 10, section N, corner of the south end zone. Holla, we're up towards the top. Holla at you boys. We'll be there.
I have my usual gray hat on.
Making noise. I'll have my orange field hat on. But it's 33 minutes in. It is 10:05 in the evening, and I need to go to bed because we're going to have a long day tomorrow, dude.
Hell yeah. All right, sir.
In closing,
our one watcher is ready to join us. Got any thoughts?
We'll give you.
I know this is Mitch's favorite Vol, so.
Hey, I'm Mitch's favorite Vol. Damn it! I've known him longer. Anyway,
that's my baby.
All right, well, folks, those of you who came on to watch, and those of you who will view us later online on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe to the Field of Streams page, the Very Orange live stream. Feel free to join us on Facebook. We need those 100 members of our group, folks, so we can convert us over to a page, so we can start doing things like attracting sponsorships and monetizing, so we can continue to improve on the quality of the online content that we produce on a.
This especially applies to our new group members. Tell your friends.
Exactly. Watch
us, laugh at us, laugh with us, argue.
This is strictly word of mouth, grassroots. That crazy sumbitch and Mitch Allday started last year. We are along for the ride, and we have been drinking the Flavor-Aid, as it were. So on behalf of myself, the Super Genius.
I'm closing us out, baby. Say your things.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see y'all next week. We'll have some cool footage from the game, and we will catch y'all on the flip side.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I got one thing to say. South Carolina, you're going to have to call your urologist. Why? Because there's going to be black and blue cocks all over the field after tomorrow. Peace out, Vol Nation. We love you.